Okay, so today's been a bit rough for me in some ways. Um, I don't really know why this came at me all of a sudden. I think it has to do a lot with the echo of my old identity, how I used to see myself, how I used to see things, and the juxtaposition of that with my new mode of thinking, of being. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, and that really is the truth. I feel like I'm going through a profound transformation, but at times it can be very painful. Very very painful. And today has been one of those times. My response to it is different though. Before I would be inclined to get very hard on myself and play the blame game. And now even when I take accountability and responsibility to a degree, I don't feel the need to blame myself because that's not going to do anything. You know what I mean? It's not going to solve anything. It never does. It just makes it worse. You have to, excuse me, you have to take accountability for your role in the situation and responsibility in perpetuating whatever action that it was you were perpetuating. But blaming yourself isn't going to do anything. It's just going to make things worse. You have to understand first. And I made a previous video, don't live in the mirror. I had to repeat that to myself a couple times earlier. Because I was really, you know, thinking back to the old identity. It was fundamentally in such a place of lack. It's very painful even to remember that. And I know that I've come such a long way. Give me a second here. I know that I've come such a long way from where I was. But sometimes sometimes the journey gets tiring. You forget where you're going. Maybe you think you'll even never get there. But the fact that you're even feeling like that, it's proof of how far you actually have come. That's what they call a refractory period. That period of observation and reflection. That's a big deal. That's a pretty big deal. When you remember that, it kind of takes a little bit of the pain away. You know, it can be a lot. Feel like you're spinning your wheels, man. Feel like you haven't seen any signs of progress. You feel completely alone. And when I mean that, I mean like there would be no difference between now and literally being the last person on Earth. Like literally being alone. You're completely alone. There's nobody else around. Nobody exists. This is like some I am legend type stuff, man. You don't even got the vampires. You don't even have the monsters. Okay? You're alone. Completely. It'd be no different than that. I guess that has more to do with alienation. You keep getting this mental picture of how you're supposed to be living, some sort of comparison standard, and it's a horrible way to live. Truly, it is, because not only will it never be enough, you are forever in a state of lack. Like just thinking about it, you'd forever be in a state of lack. You have to recognize, despite outward appearances, despite external circumstances, despite everything around you, literally, and that's what it did today, screaming at you, pretty much screaming at you, that you're the same, that nothing's happened. You haven't. What have you done? You have to understand. It's just an echo. It's just an echo of what you used to think, of who you used to be. You 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 must understand that you are already enough now. And I'm really talking to myself tonight as well because sometimes it feels like it's the opposite. Hey, it's very frustrating. You can go down a whole rabbit hole of rage right there, just on that. You're like, what have I done wrong? What have I done wrong? What is wrong? What's wrong with me? Right? You're asking yourself those questions. Nothing's wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. You haven't done anything wrong. Nothing's wrong with you. Don't look out there to understand what's in here. You gotta look in here for that. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It can be extremely painful to do that. Very, very painful. But it's there for you to uncover. For you to uncover. Not for somebody else, but for you. Something that you have to do. You have to do it. I can't do it for you. You can't do it for me. You have to do it. When you do that, just don't be so hard on yourself. It's a courageous act itself in itself. Especially when for so long you've lived in a state of lack. It just hasn't seemed like it's been enough. Like I said, circumstances don't matter. You can't look out there. You can't look out there and find what's in here. It's not how that works. It just isn't. It's a mirror. But as you change, the mirror changes. As your appearance changes, the reflection changes. And that can be very, very, unsettling growth pains. And even when it happens, you can really feel like you're making progress in a sense, feel like you're growing. But that doesn't take away from the pain that you're currently feeling. Sometimes the inner anguish. And now it has been said that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Look no farther, I can attest to that. are correct. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. A house divided against itself cannot stand. Those aren't empty platitudes. Those are those are case studies. Those are aphorisms to live by. For the longest time, I didn't know what this society wanted from me. I couldn't understand. It always felt like I was on the outside looking in. I just didn't know the angle. But now I do know that it isn't a problem to be figured out. It isn't some conclusion to come to, calculation to quantify, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it. It's being, it's presence, it's being who you are, actually being who you are, despite what everything and everybody else may or may not be doing. Not in spite of it, but despite it. I'm glad I came on here and talked to you all tonight. Even though it was a bit of a one-sided conversation. I'm glad I did it. I'm going to use this knowledge and acknowledge it as a victory for my new self and my new identity. But it was hard fought. It was very painful. But it was accomplished, so to speak. I don't really know what else to say right now. I feel a little bit lighter. I know that. It's, again, very difficult to look at your old identity and to take accountability and responsibility for the perpetuation of it, your role in it, and how to move forward effectively from here. But I do believe it is paramount to coming fully into the new identity and embracing who you actually are, despite external circumstances, even inner feelings. You can understand those feelings, and I have. I've experienced them. You know, I'm sure as you've seen. But you must always remember that sometimes the journey itself acts as a destination in its own way. But that's really for self-knowledge and for understanding. Everything else is noise. And your interpretation of it is just that, your interpretation. It can be used to destroy you, but it can be used to empower you as well. Brothers and sisters, if you don't remember anything else, choose the latter. Let it empower you. Let it strengthen you. Not with bitterness, but with love, self-love, endurance, peace, peace. Our inheritance is one of abundance, and that's included with it. So stop fighting it. Let it be. Go within and understand who it is that you are, who it is you always were. Only you can do it. And you get to do it. So when times get rough, remember, it's not in the hard times and in the darkness that show us what we can't do. It is not that. It is not in that. It is for the darkness and for the hard times to reveal to us how strong it is that we actually are, and how strong we have always. God bless each and every one of you. And as always, remember, remember who you are, and be proud of it.